Committee meeting. Janine, would you please call roll?
And just as a reminder to all who are in attendance, this meeting is being recorded and live streamed on the county's YouTube page. Calling the roll, Mr. Byrne,
Here.
Mr. Miller,
Present.
Ms. Conwell,
Present.
Mr. Sweeney,
Present.
Ms. Turner.
Present.
There is a quorum.
Thanks, Janine. Do we have any public comment today?
No, Mr. Chair, no one is signed in.
I will move on to item number 4. Any questions or comments regarding the minutes from the October 16th, 2024 meeting? If not, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Excellent. All right, we'll move on to item number 5 then. Matters referred to committee R 2024-0412. Janine?
Resolution number 2024-0412, making awards on requisition number 14685 to various providers in a total amount not to exceed $1,500,000 for on-call sanitary sewage pump stations repair and construction services.
Good morning. Last go around.
There we go. How's that? Members of the committee, good morning. Public Works is asking the committee to recommend this morning an on-call contract for sanitary sewers services specifically related to our pump station operations. It's a $1.5 million contract, and it's for on-call services, and I similar to what we're doing on the road and bridge side for this. And this is being predominantly used, to augment our staff. Right now, we have 65, I want to say approximately 65, because the number seems to be increasing, by the month. Our staff right now is limited. And again, it's a lot of specialty work. So it's getting the people to do this. We want to make sure we have the right backup, if you will, in certain circumstances to be able to service these pump stations, particularly, in emergencies and that, because depending on the situation, you may have only so much time to fix that before issues start arising. So I'll be happy to take any questions.
Any questions, comments? We'll continue to use in-house staff whenever possible.
Yes, the game plan is, of course, we would use our in-house staff. And again, this is mostly for things like if we have to, perhaps maybe we need to replace a pump or a generator, things like that, which, may be on just slightly beyond the reach of our normal staff.
Okay. Yes, Councilwoman Conwell.
Through the chair, just wanted to know, this master contract, are these the same companies we've used in the past?
Through the chair to the Councilwoman, yes, we've used these companies on various projects in the past. I want to see here. Neroni, Northeast Style Trenching, they have an active project with us right now, and Carista is historically done quite a bit of work with us, and I think there are 3 companies that are pretty good to work with.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Looking at second reading under suspension?
Yes, if possible, that we would ask for that, if we would ask for that, if that's possible.
Is everyone comfortable with that? Sure. Okay.
Thank you.
Motion to approve then?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
And once again, Mr. Chairman, on behalf of Public Works, thank you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, Janine, we will move on to 5B, 0224-0011.
Ordinance number 2024-0011, amending section 806.04 of the Cuyahoga County Code.
Oh, Matt.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, committee members. Matt Reimer, representing the Department of Public Works. The ordinance update in front of you will change and modify existing code section 80604, which established the Energy Participation Program through an ordinance in 2019 with council support. We're excited to present this to you and report out on the changes in the program since we've enacted it, but it's been very successful. This program allows us one tool in the tool bag of being able to acquire electric and natural gas utilities for our county facilities through participating in the County Commissioners Association of Ohio Service Corporation's energy program. The ordinance in front of you will simply remove the expiration date from the original ordinance and code section, which was through 5 years when we established it in 2019. The county has participated in this program with CCAO since 2012 for natural gas and since 2015 for electric rates. The county does have other contracts outside of this program with Cleveland Public Power and a solar power purchase agreement. So this isn't the only tool that we have, but it is the one that services anything that is for the area of Dominion Natural Gas and First Energy Electric when it comes to our accounts. We've, in the 5 years since we established this program, we've conducted 4 transactions underneath the program: a 2019 natural gas basis contract, a 2021 electric supply contract for county facilities, a 2022 natural gas basis contract for county facilities, and then the 2023 contract, which had 2 different contracts, one for the Justice Center and one for the remaining county facility accounts. As I mentioned, the change in the ordinance is to remove the expiration date and to continue our participation in the program. Approval of the ordinance would allow the Director of Public Works through the authority in the program to extend our participation with CCAO, and that would result in 2025 contract transactions for natural gas and electricity, which, as part of the program, we're required to report to this committee on after those transactions. Happy to answer any questions about the program.
Any questions or comments? Pretty straightforward. No questions or comments? If not, what type of time frame are we looking at, Matt?
Given the ordinance, we would recommend 3 readings as normal.
3 readings is fine, good.
Through the chair, to Matt, why do we need an ordinance on this? What exactly will it be?
So the original ordinance, through the chair to the councilwoman, the original ordinance established a 5-year time period that the authority would end. This is seeking to remove the expiration from the program and allow us to continue participation. The 5-year term ended in August of 2024.
And why did we go with just 5 years the first time out?
It was a new program. You may recall the sequence of events to get our electric and natural gas utility contracts meant a last-minute first reading under suspension contract approval to lock in dates that were established on a specific day that had to be refreshed on a council day to do that. This allowed the program through the CCAO to transact those when it's most beneficial for the rates and to the county, and then under the direction of the Director of Public Works, and then be able to present those enacted agreements to council within 60 days of the transaction.
And through the chair, the Public Works Department feels comfortable with removing another 5-year term limit, or?
We do. So specifically, we worked with Department of Law on this and with the new county utility authorities and working with Utility Administrator Mike Foley. So this fits into his program nicely as to everything he plans on doing with the county utility. It gives another authority of how to proceed with acquiring best rates for the county for electric and natural gas.
Through the chair, has our legal team on council side had a chance to look at this?
So the original ordinance back 5 years ago was authored extensively through coordination with council and council staff. This is the same program as is in county code, just removing the time period.
Can we ask Mike? Mike, have you read this? Can you come up, please? To me, 5 years sometime is not enough to see how a program works. So that's my only hesitation is taking that 5 year out right now.
Thank you. Michael King, council staff. The ordinance was not specifically submitted to council staff prior to introduction for review. I did read it after it had been introduced and don't have any particular concerns of note, but I'm happy to take a further look if there are additional concerns that council members may have.
That would be, Mr. Chair, that would be my only concern is that and who was the lawyer that worked on this contract or this ordinance?
Through the chair to Councilwoman, I'll answer that, and if you don't mind, a follow-up to what you just asked before Mr. King came up to. So to my right, Mr. DeFeo, as well as Jared and Greg Huth from the law staff, and looking for concurrence from Jim, if that's correct, all three.
That's correct.
So we had multiple attorneys on Department of Law reviewing that and reviewing the agreements with CCAO and the impact of denial as well. I will say that, as I mentioned, our participation in this way, establishing the program 5 years ago, as I mentioned, we've been participating in the program just under different guidelines and behaviors since 2012. And our savings in that time period for natural gas has been estimated at $2.27 million of savings to the county of natural gas rates compared to other commercially available natural gas rates during that time. And for since 2015 for electric, 3.28 million in savings. So that's been the impact of the program since prior to the 5-year time horizon of this code provision.
And I don't have an issue with the, with the program itself. I'm a little leery on the time things, but I'll defer to what the committee thinks. I would feel more comfortable maybe another 5 years, but in the meantime, as this moves forward, we can have council staff look at it, but willing to hear from my colleagues on what they.
Open up for conversation.
Question.
Yes.
Okay. Through the chair. Good morning. So the program, as I'm reading here, consists of 5 components: natural gas, electricity, electric aggregation, natural gas aggregation, and solar, right? Is this the 88 county agreement or strategy?
Through the chair to the councilwoman, yes, it is available to all 88 counties. I believe there are 77 participating counties, if you include us. Some counties participate just in natural gas, some just in electricity. It depends on the individual county.
Right, that was my next question. Mm-hmm. So this program has been in existence, she said, since about 2012?
Our participation in that program, I believe the origins of the program go back to 2009 with the state and CCAO.
2009. Mm-hmm. Do you have any kind of data that would demonstrate our savings since?
Yes. Yes, specifically through the chair to the councilwoman, those numbers that I just read, and I'll repeat them. We have those in a report format from the CCAO, Service Corporation Energy Manager, for our direct savings from our participation in the program. And those were specifically for natural gas since 2012, estimated to be $2,276,756. And for electric since 2015, an estimated amount of $3,288,000 even.
Okay. That's all I have. Okay, thank you.
Thank
through
you.
the chair.
I want to make sure that all of our members are comfortable with this moving forward. Councilwoman Conwell, if you'd like further information, I have no problem in holding this up. You needed 3 readings anyways, Matt, right? It's not time sensitive?
Ordinance.
I'm sorry. That's right.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with moving it forward. I'm sure Mike will take a little in-depth dive to make sure. And this Palmer company, is that someone, once we pass the ordinance, we will always use?
Through
that set
through the
up?
chair to the councilwoman, Palmer Energy is the contracted energy manager for the CCAO Service Corporation. So they are contracted by CCAO to run the energy program on behalf of the state and the member counties. So as long as they remain the designated and contracted energy manager, yes, that would be our point of contact with the program.
And so if CCAO changes, then we would go with whoever they,
Our agreement with CCAO would still remain intact as is. It would just be replaced by a different energy manager.
but they make that call.
They do, correct.
Okay.
We do have, if we participate, though, if we continue to participate, we will have a vote on that energy committee.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Councilman Miller.
So my question, following up on Ms. Conwell's, is that if we take out the sunset clause, do we have the power to amend or end this program at any time in the future by passing legislation? Or would this contractually obligate us to something that's permanent and ongoing?
Through the chair to the councilman, I'll give a two-part response. The first one is we absolutely control the accounts, meaning the meters, the buildings, if you will, that CCAO can have as part of their contract, solicit for us on behalf of the county. So if we reduce that number to 0 at the end, for example, our energy contract, our electric contract with Freepoint through the CCAO program ends in May of 2026. If we chose not to renew any of those accounts through that program, we would absolutely have the ability to do that. I would have to defer to law department, though, on the other question about our termination of the program responsibilities. So we could, within the agreement, not participate. As far as termination, if I may, I might have to do some more research or defer to Jim on that.
So, I also support the program. But I think about the situation that we have with the city of Cleveland and the jail contract where we have a contract where that's unfavorable to us and there's no easy way to get us out of it. And so I would suggest that we pass it out of committee and get it teed up for third reading, but that we consult with the council's legal staff and the administration's legal staff and give serious consideration to doing like another 5 years or some other extension so that we have an out clause. So,
if I may, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah.
Councilman, to your previous question, maybe said a little bit better now that I think about it. Our ability to participate would always be there if this legislation is passed. Our level of participation is controlled by the county. So I'd say that would be a better answer to the one I gave previously. And then to your last comment, maybe some additional detail. If the ordinance were approved as written, one of the first actions the Department of Public Works would take is to execute the amended participation agreement with CCAO. And those terms for natural gas go through, I believe it's March of 2034, and for electric, December 31st of 2033. So perhaps, should council want to consider a term, I would recommend, without anyone's else endorsement, just responding to your comments, that maybe a 10-year term would be appropriate, given the term of the agreement that CCO would like us to enter into.
okay, thank you.
I thought this was going to be an easy conclusion to my. So, correct me if I'm wrong, we need to pass this out of committee for further review with the law department, is that suffice? Yes, with our legal team. So, is that everyone's understanding, comfortable? Yeah. Okay, so, all those in favor
Wait,
passing?
we need a motion.
I was going to ask, I'm sorry, a motion to pass out of committee?
And second, and the motion is to refer the legislation for second reading. And then if we decide that it needs to be amended, well, then either at second reading or third reading at the council meeting, then we'll amend it as needed.
Thank you, Councilman Miller, I appreciate that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Made it through. Thanks, Matt.
If I may, Mr. Chair, and to the committee, I want to thank you for your support and participation during your short time representing this committee. I can only speak for myself that you've helped us shepherd through almost $18 million in capital construction and maintenance support contracts. And that's probably on the low end of my mental estimate. So I just want to thank you for your help and support on that. And it's been nice getting to know you, sir. And same to the current committee members, which will continue on. So I look forward to your continued participation and support into 2025.
Much appreciated.
Okay.
That's committee meeting, man.
Yeah, you really hit me hard here, yeah.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Councilman.
I would like to pile on to that. I was also intending to do so and to say that you came in on short notice, not expecting it, and you took on a very important and significant committee as chair and dove into it effectively from day one, and you've truly served this council and the county well, and I think you can be truly proud of the service that you provided, and it really was very helpful to the county. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, Janine, we'll move on to item number 6, miscellaneous business. I'd like to thank my committee members for making it such an easy transition for me. All your help, support, provided a comfort level that I wasn't quite sure what to expect. I can't thank you enough for making me feel comfortable. It meant a lot. But I'd also like to pass my thanks on to the Public Works, working so closely with you, and Director Dever. Please pass on to everybody over there. Extremely helpful. If I ever had any questions, you were always there to answer them. And if not, got back to me in a timely fashion. Much, much appreciated. Thank you very much. Enjoyed my time chairing this committee and look forward to retirement. Yes, again.
Yeah.
Councilman Sweeney, let's close with you.
No, I hope they might jump in too. I might get public comment going. I just want to say thank you. You brought a calmness, professionalism, and you took this very seriously. And you did a great job, and you were a little bit worried when you started. It was no learning curve for you. And as everybody said, you did a great job. You're going to be missed, but I can't wait till you come up for public comment during public service and when we start going off track. So thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to say thank you for your service and stepping up when this council needed someone to fill the seat that you fill for Parma. Appreciate you. I'm glad got to meet you. It's always a sad farewell, and then of course you got to go down the line at the end of your last day. We'll all reiterate what a professional that you've been and kind, at least to me. So thank you.
Thank you.
And if I may add just everything that they've already said, I've definitely enjoyed your time with us when we first learned that Scott was going to be moving on. I think I'm starting to feel what this body has felt every time a new member has come and gone to this body. It can be really intense and emotional. I'm thankful for the personal moments that we've shared with each other, the years of professionalism that you brought to our body. I mean, you're just going up the street, but, you know, we still know how to reach you, and you still know how to reach us. But thank you for stepping up to service. You could have been blue water, white sands, but you had more to give, and thank you for that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate those comments greatly. It means a lot to me. Thank you, everyone.
Right, come on.
We're done.
Standing ovation. Come on, everybody. I love it.
I think you're the first to get a standing ovation, so that's awesome.
But you got to adjourn the meeting. You got to hit the gavel
One more time.
It's over, baby.
This meeting is officially adjourned.